Coming up on SCVTV's Community Corner, get inspired as Triumph Foundation gives us a sneak peek at this year's empowering Wheelchair Sports Festival.
Find out how the Hart District is helping students become opportunity ready with a wide range of educational pathways.
Discover a fun, inclusive festival that brings families together to celebrate community, connection, and all abilities.
See how Eclipse Theatre LA is taking the stage with a brand new production that's giving back in a big way.
Grab your boots and your best gals. Carousel Ranch is serving up a girls' night out that supports a meaningful cause.
Get a sneak peek at Dia de los Niños, Dia de los Libros, in a new episode of Twisk.
Stay tuned. SCVTV's Community Corner starts now. Welcome back, Santa Clarita Valley, to SCVTV's Community Corner. I'm Carrie Lujan.
And I'm Dave Caldwell. You know the show is all about you, Santa Clarita, the great schools, the nonprofits, the city government that is involved with our city is so well. We always appreciate it when you spend a little bit of your time with us so we can share a little bit about what's going on in Santa Clarita. And we've got another really good show in front of us.
It's going to be fantastic, Dave. There's no shortage of incredible events happening around town, all supporting great causes. From the Triumph Foundation to Eclipse Theatre LA and Carousel Ranch, our community is showing up in a big way.
And we've also got the City of Santa Clarita here shining a light on a festival that celebrates inclusivity. And the Hart District is giving us a look at the programs helping students succeed every single day. And as always, the city is back at it again, Carrie.
We have some exciting events coming up this week, Dave. So on Friday, the 25th, we are doing a street dedication to Louis E. Barthwaite, who is one of our city's founding fathers. And he was actually the first Black man elected to office here in Santa Clarita. He served on the Hart District Board, very involved in the community. He was one of our planning commissioners. And there is going to be a street named in his honor over in the new Sand Canyon Plaza. And that's taking place again on the 25th at 9:30 a.m. It's going to be a fantastic event, and that's going to be followed by a reception at the Mitchell River House. And you're going to hear more about this later in Twisk, but there also is going to be a mobile library ribbon cutting. The Library Express, Dave, is coming. And what I'm most excited about is when you welcome a new vehicle to the city, you got to have the other vehicles in the city welcoming the Library Express. So we're going to have fire trucks, we're going to have trash trucks, we're going to have all the city vehicles. We are going to process through town so everybody can get a look at the new Library Express. We're very excited about that.
Really cool. That is awesome.
Yeah.
A lot of good things happening.
It's happening.
It's always fun. I appreciate that. Well, stay with us. We'll be right back.
The William S. Hart Union High School District is an exemplary district located in Santa Clarita, California, a community nestled in North Los Angeles County. The Hart District, rated as one of the top secondary districts in the state of California, strives to make a difference in the lives of our diverse student body by instilling a sense of community, courage, creativity, and caring. We do this by working together to offer high-performing academic programs, championship athletic teams, award-winning performing arts, and a robust career and technical education program. For our teachers and staff, we offer competitive salaries, a great benefits package, and a chance to work with our amazing students. Being in Santa Clarita offers the opportunity to be just minutes from it all. The beach, mountains, desert, close to the excitement of Los Angeles, all while living in a beautiful and safe community. So we invite you to meet with us and think about joining the William S. Hart District family, where we believe in one heart, every student, opportunity ready.
Welcome back to SCVTV's Community Corner. For many people living with spinal cord injuries, the emotional and mental toll can be just as challenging as the physical one. Studies show higher rates of depression, anxiety, and even PTSD among those affected.
That's why events such as the Triumph Foundation's Wheelchair Sports Festival are so important. They create a space where people with physical challenges can connect, feel supported, and be a part of a strong, uplifting community.
And joining us now to tell us all about the 12th Annual Wheelchair Sports Festival are Randy Wyatt and Mish Kesh. Thank you both so much for being here.
Thank you for having us. Yeah, we're really grateful to be here and get to share a bit about Triumph.
Well, let's start with that, Mish. Tell us about the Triumph Foundation and what this organization does.
Absolutely. So Triumph Foundation has been around for just over 16 years. It was founded by Andrew and Kirsten Skinner. Andrew, about 20 years ago, was out on a holiday vacation with his family. Him and his cousin were just goofing off in the backyard on their snowboard. He fell lightly on his back, but the way that he fell, he broke his 4th, 5th, and 6th vertebrae. Thought he just got the wind knocked out of him, but came to realize that he actually had become paralyzed from the neck down. Like many people, you never think it's going to happen to you until it does, and when it does, you have so many questions and don't really know where to get answers. And so Triumph was created for people to have answers and to have support. They have an incredible circle of care. And so one of the things that they do, and what really affected my life, was they do a lot of newly injured support. When somebody gets injured, we connect with over 24 hospitals and rehabilitation centers in Southern California. And our goal is to meet every single person in Southern California that has a spinal cord injury. We have over 80 trained ambassadors that get to go into people's rooms and help them and their families, because the fact of the matter is that it doesn't just happen to you, it happens to all the people in your life too, and all your loved ones. And instead of being kind of left in the dark, they are that light, they are that hope. And yeah, we come in and give you one of these amazing backpacks.
And this is, and Misha, pardon me for jumping in, but this is after the accident, isn't it? This is when the person is still in the hospital recovering from their accident, right?
That's correct, yeah. So when somebody gets injured, depending on the severity of the injury, sometimes they're in ICU for a couple weeks, sometimes a couple months, and then the hope is that they get to a place where they're stabilized enough to go to rehab, where you have to learn how to do things all over again. Right. It's like being a child all over again. Wow. Yeah, and so just learning how to use a chair, learning how to transfer, everything is incredibly difficult at the beginning, but you find a way to push through and to adapt. And I think that getting to connect with other people that understood what it was like really allowed me to start to heal in a different way. And, seeing other people like me in the situation where I did not want to smile, I did not think that, I would actually ever find happiness again. However, getting to connect with these people that had emanated pure joy and that were laughing and smiling and doing all these really fun things. And they told me something that, everything that I had loved to do before, I could still do. Mm-hmm. It might be in a different way. And the irony is that I actually am a lot more active now than I was before. I play a ton of wheelchair sports. Next weekend is our annual wheelchair sports festival. And one of my favorite games to play is rugby. It's basically bumper carts and wheelchairs. And the really cool thing about our event is we welcome every single person to come, no matter your age or your disability. We have children as young as 3 years old playing. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. Disabilities don't discriminate, and we don't either. So everyone is welcome.
Well, let me jump in about that and talk about that, because first of all, you have a beautiful smile, so I'm really happy that you're really showing it off right now, okay?
Thank you.
So you keep on doing that. That's great. I want to bring Randy into the conversation, because let's talk about the 12th Annual Wheelchair Festival right now, and what can people who are going to be participating in the event be able to expect, and how many sports activities will there be? We already know there's going to be rugby. So what other kind of sports activities can people expect?
Oh, we have over 20 different activities in sports. We have rugby, mm-hmm. we have basketball, hockey, baseball, scuba diving, archery. We have dance and fencing and pickleball and just so many different things. We have an art workshop for people who may not want to participate in a sporting activity but still want to come. We have yoga and dancing and, oh my gosh.
Just a lot that's going on.
Well, I have to ask, scuba diving? Where are you scuba diving?
So we are utilizing the pool.
Okay.
And we have an organization called Hart that we partner with, and they are specialized in scuba diving for people with disabilities.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's very cool.
So who can participate?
In what?
in any of this?
Everyone.
Everyone.
I get in a chair. Everyone can participate.
Hey, I've been in a chair. I was in the very first one
Yes,
that
that's
Andrew
exciting.
put on. I was in a chair. It was amazing to play hockey in a
and
wheelchair.
he was saying that, talk about like the,
Well, it's a protected, like bumper. You mentioned it's like bumper cars on a field, right? So it's protected. And I'll tell you, some of these are athletes, and they will go after you. It
do you
is
go after
fun.
people when you're,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I try to get people like out of their chairs. So it's kind of the fun with it. Yeah, it's a good time. But yeah, I'll trick people into playing too. I'll like tell my family members just to like sit down and see what the chair feels like, and I'm like, all right, you're in.
So, Randy, what got you involved with the Triumph Foundation?
I've worked for Triumph for almost 10 years. I started off just needing a part-time job, and I wanted something that meant something. If I was going to be away from my family and I was going to go back into the workforce after just having kids, I wanted to be doing something impactful and something that was really near and dear to my heart. And I happened to just come across Andrew, and we had a conversation. It just felt right, and I just fell in love. I had no experience with wheelchairs. I had no experience with anybody who had a spinal cord injury. And now they're some of my best friends.
love that. So I'm sure people are watching. They want to try. They want to be part of this amazing event that you're hosting. Where can they go to get more information?
So it's www.triumph-foundation.org. You can go click on events, and again, it's at the 26th and the 27th of April, so just around the corner. We still do need volunteers. Our events would not be possible without our volunteers. Some people really rely on that extra support. So if you're interested in volunteering, and we're also still looking for sponsors, because that's what is able to, provide these really incredible programs to people. So it doesn't just stop at the Wheelchair Sports Festival. We do adaptive recreation programs all year long. Every Sunday, we play rugby, actually. And the intention and the goal, the hope, is that people don't isolate themselves. As you mentioned earlier, a lot of people do get really into their head and unfortunately become depressed, but we like to say don't let the physical paralysis creep up and become mental paralysis. Surrounding yourself with community is a really great way to stay connected and to ultimately find meaning and be able to rebuild yourself again.
That's something that I found was really incredible being part of the foundation, is how many people, they are so filled with life and joy that are part of this. And how many people would you expect to be participating in the event?
On any given year, we have around 800 to 1,000 participants.
Yes. That's
awesome.
amazing.
It's a community event, and it's absolutely free.
That's great. Well, Randy and Mish, thank you both so much for being here and sharing a little bit more about the Triumph Foundation. And Mish, part of your journey as well. Thank you for sharing that. And Randy, you as well, your journey as well. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Oh my gosh, you guys are not gonna believe what happened in math class today.
Happened.
So, John was assigned to sit in front of me in class,
Yeah.
and he kept bouncing his leg and looking over his shoulder, and I can tell he really might have a crush on me.
Probably does.
Yeah, I'll tell you more about it later. We have to go to class.
All right.
Bye.
See ya.
Oh my god, I could have sworn you were a white girl. Are you sure you're black? You don't sound black.
Very good. You studied this time a lot, huh? Good job. You need to work on it, okay? Good job. Good job.
Dude, what are you doing? You know you did way better than the rest of us. I mean, look at you. Wait, seriously? Aren't agents supposed to be good at math? Look at this dude.
Ang gulo ng buhok niya. Kailangan niya ng brush. Magbubuhol-buhol sa buhok niya.
Hindi siya bigyan ng sabon para pumaglit.
Anak!
Bilisan mo. Mahuhuli na tayo sa party ni Lola. Oh, anong problema mo? Anong nangyari?
It's nothing. It's another day. It's okay.
Welcome back to SCVTV's Community Corner. Carrie, can you believe the school year is almost over?
I can't. I really can't. But I know I've got a couple of boys who are more than ready to hang up their backpacks for summer. But the Hart District is still going strong, making sure every student has what they need to succeed.
And here to tell us more about it is Vince Ferry, the Assistant Superintendent for Educational Services for the Hart School District. Vince, great to see you.
Great seeing you guys. Thanks for having me in today. And it was fun catching up with all the kiddos backstage that are part of our CTE program that you guys so graciously sponsor and give them that on-the-job experience. So thank you guys.
We're lucky to have them.
We are very lucky to have them, and they're a great group to have in here. So let's jump into something. What does it mean to be opportunity ready? And tell us the different pathways that are involved.
Absolutely. A few years ago, we went through our strategic plan process. And we thought that tagline, opportunity ready, just jumped out because really at the end of the day, we thought when kids graduate from the Hart District, we want to make sure they have the skills, the experiences to tackle any opportunity that comes their way once they graduate and they start their post-secondary lives, whatever those plans may be. Some of these plans, they may not even know what they are yet. So making sure that we're doing our due diligence and giving a lot of different experiences and skills to kids.
So what kind of success have you seen with these programs? And talk to us a little bit about the graduation rate.
Oh, wow. Graduation rate in the Hart District, I believe, last time I checked, was right around 96%, which is very high. But when you look at programs that we offer that we're trying to make students opportunity ready, the first thing that jumps to everybody's mind is our career technical ed. We have about 50% of our students right now, currently today, enrolled in what we call a CTE program. So that ranges from film and media to your patient care, engineering, so on and so on. I think right now we have 26 active pathways that Dr. Hoffman and her incredible team are always writing grants to make sure our kiddos have the access to the state-of-the-art equipment, that we have the right instructors that have industry experience. So that's one way in which we're providing those opportunities. But when you just look a little bit broader, you look at, most of our high schools have 20 plus AP course offerings. About a third of our students will graduate high school having completed a college course, whether concurrently enrolled or dual enrollment with COC. Next year, we're really excited because at Placerita Junior High School, we're starting our first dual language immersion program for Spanish, which just kind of shows that we're always willing to try something new. I think we're trying to be innovative in what we're doing to provide those opportunities to students.
Vince, you talked about the CCR program, College and Career Readiness, and of course we're surrounded. We talked about that as we started the segment about that. Can you elaborate more on some of the other opportunities that are out there that kids can prepare for, not just within media-related kind of industry, but any of the other industries that kids are taking part of?
Yeah, I'm not going to list all 26 because I'd forget, but we have the engineering, our sports med, we have aerospace, we have our, not the appropriate term, but our construction pathways in place. The list goes on and on. But I think the main thing is we want kids to at least try a course, try a pathway, see if it's a fit, see if it's something you're interested in, so you have a better focus when you are taking those next steps after high school, whether that's going to college, whether that's you're going into the world of work or you want to go to a trade school, that you have something, some sort of experience that that you're making a wise and well-informed decision.
And many of those are actually starting at the junior high level, aren't they?
Correct. Yeah, we have a JUMP program that started years ago. I believe it was between Rio Norte and Valencia High School. It was a collaboration with their athletic training program, but we have jump programs that are just giving early access, early exposure to our middle school, junior high school age students, just to try to get them thinking about a pathway when you get into the Hart District. And it goes so much more beyond that. And you guys know, the number one thing we can ask our students to do is just be involved in high school, in junior high school. Try to make that community that can be large a little bit smaller. You're going to have healthier peer groups, and all the research shows that your academic achievements are going to be that much higher. So I think there's so many different skills that students can pick up, whether it's from a CTE program, an athletic program, being involved in choir. And if you look around our district, it seems like every week we're posting a national award here for this program, award-winning choir over here for this program. Whatever it is, we have so many great programs to offer students throughout this valley that it's just getting more and more students to take advantage of those opportunities.
And the district has also really been focusing on math. Why is that so important?
I think everybody knows nationally, math is a hot topic, as it should be. The one thing I'm really proud of the district, something we've done this year, we've piloted what we've called a math push-in program. That's for our Math 7 and our algebra programs, where we're pushing in another algebra or Math 7 teacher into the classroom with the idea that we can provide more real-time support to a student who might be struggling with a concept. And obviously, you have two adults in the classroom. The feedback loop is more continuous. Students are getting more feedback. And so far, just looking at the early data, it looks like it's being pretty effective. We won't know for sure until state assessments for a couple of years from now, but based on teacher feedback, student feedback, I think it's been a very wise investment for the district.
You talked about how kids getting involved and scores go up and just their overall well-being is going to be better when they're involved. If a parent is watching this right now and they're thinking about, okay, what can I do at home to help encourage my child to get more involved, what would you say to them?
Well, number one, find out what your student has even a slight interest in. Because I guarantee you, at all of our campuses, we're going to have, whether it's a club or a program, that's somehow loosely related to that interest. And do not be afraid to pick up the phone, call the principal. They're all really good people. They want your phone call for this type of thing. They want to hear, hey, I want my kid to be involved. Because that's really what we always are trying to actively do, is get our kids just connected to school. Because we know a kid that's well connected to school is going to have a very healthy and positive experience. Mm-hmm. And I think it's, to me, as an educator now over 30 years, I think it's one of the most important things we do as educators.
It's wonderful. So if people want to get more information on any of the programs you talked about here today, where can they go?
Well, I'd always start with their home school. You reach out directly to their principal or their counselor. Everybody's well informed in all the programs we're talking about, whether it's AP courses, CTE programs, getting involved in a club or an athletic team. There's plenty of adults who want those phone calls, that want to direct you and want to help connect students to the campus.
Vince Ferry, the Assistant Superintendent of Educational Services with the Hart. I love saying that, by the way. I really do. You and I go back a long way.
Very long. I'm getting old.
Yeah, then I'm old too. But thanks so much for sharing with what's going on at the Hart District.
Thank you, guys.
Bet.
Appreciate it.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Are you an artist looking to get your work into the community and attract potential buyers? Are you a business owner in need of local original artwork to decorate your establishment? Well, the City of Santa Clarita is here to help. Through the city's Places with Spaces program, Santa Clarita businesses can be matched with a local artist to put their pieces on display. Here's how it works. First, fill out an interest form at santaclaritaarts.com. Artists will submit a digital portfolio along with information on their available work. Businesses will give information on their available space and the specific subject matter they would like to display. And we do the rest. The Santa Clarita Arts team takes applications from artists and businesses and plays matchmaker, helping create what can be a lasting relationship. For more information and to get started, visit santaclaritaarts.com.
Welcome back to SCVTV's Community Corner. One thing we love about Santa Clarita is how many fun, family-friendly events there are, especially the ones that make inclusion a top priority.
So true, Carrie. And FestAbility is a perfect example. It's a special celebration for individuals with disabilities and their families, packed with fun, adaptive activities for all ages.
And here to tell us more about what to expect is Callie Nocella, Arts and Events Coordinator for the City of Santa Clarita. Callie, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
And there's so much to unpack here. Tell us about FestAbility, which was formerly known as Free to Be Me. When is it? Where is it? All the good details.
So FestAbility this year will be held on May 4th from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. at West Creek Park. It is our event that celebrates our community with special needs, and it will be filled with lots of fun adaptive activities, as you both mentioned.
Is there a significance for having it at West Creek Park?
There is. So West Creek Park actually has an inclusive play structure. There is a We Go swing, and lots of other ramps and different tactile features within the park that really lend itself to amplify the event. And we will also have our inclusion aides there to assist in any of the adaptive functions that need some sort of explanation. So on the swing, there is special instructions on how to kind of clip into if you're in a wheelchair. And so we will have inclusion aides there to assist.
One of the things that there's a couple things I'm really excited about. Animals. There's going to be adorable therapy animals.
Yes.
Tell us what people can expect and who we're going to get to.
Oh, so many animals. We have therapy goats and therapy ponies.
I need one of those with me.
Yes,
at all
You need one of those at home.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And therapy dogs. Our Giving Paws group, who has partnered with us for Santa Paws in the past, for Light Up Main Street, will be back again at FestAbility. And then as well as there will be a therapy pig this year. So that is new. And it will be so wonderful. I love interacting with those animals.
And so for those that are going to be at the event that might need a break, there's also going to be a chill zone, I'm hearing? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, there will be a chill zone. So sometimes the event gets a little overwhelming. It's something we've kind of implemented into numerous events that we have had this past year as well as previous years. And it is basically a space to decompress. There will be different kind of elements if you're sensory seeking or if you're sensory avoiding. And it will actually be in kind of a closed room. If you're sensory avoiding, you really need that space to decompress. You can close the doors, the lights will be dim. There's lots of activities and sensory sufficient, mobile things that you can kind of play with. And I think it's a really great space to take a step away and then come back in and enjoy the rest of the event.
So I have to talk about this because WrestleMania just happened.
Yes.
And you guys had an awesome video on social media.
Yes.
There's wrestling there.
Yes.
How does that fit in?
Oh, it fits in. There is so Pro Wrestling Odyssey is a group that we actually started working with last year, and they hold an annual event called Wrestle for Autism, where their event, kind of supports a group that serves the community. And they approached us, and we're like, we'd love to be a part of the event and what you guys do. And last year we kind of had crash mats as the base, so the wrestlers were really getting into the event. But this year we will actually have a full wrestling ring. So it will be 2 time slots where you will be able to see live wrestling. You'll get to see the ring. There will be wrestlers who you can interact with, and it is just all around fun. They really put on a good show, and I'm excited that we get to elevate it even more.
Love it.
Can you talk about, at West Creek Park, there is a special slide for people that have cochlear implants,
Yes,
right?
yes.
What is that about? Tell me about that.
Yeah, so it looks like a metal slide, but it reduces the static so it won't interact with the cochlear implants. So it is real. I'm telling you, the West Creek Park, the city did such a wonderful job making it so adaptive and inclusive to the point where there are things that we don't even really think about on a day-to-day basis that impact individuals of the community so much. So now they can go on a slide without having to worry about how much it's bothering them, and they can fully enjoy all of the features that the park has to offer.
That's so impressive.
And besides enjoying the park, there's going to be a lot of other amazing resources that are available for families with special needs. Talk about the other organizations that will be there.
There's going to be so many. We have Bright Star Martial Arts, which offers an inclusive inclusive martial arts program. They will also be doing a performance and a demo. There is Include Everyone Project, who has been a guest here many times and also, you know, is a big participant in our events. They will be kind of doing a demo as well as, you know, talking about their programming. There is Agape Village, who actually has a storefront at the mall right now, and they have been longtime attendees of the event as well. There's just so many wonderful organizations that make up the event, and we really couldn't do it without them because they just bring so much life and light, and I have had such a privilege of getting to know all of them, and it excites me that we get to continue to grow this event even bigger. There's new groups who are excited. There's returning groups who are bringing new things. It makes the event so wonderful.
It's getting bigger and bigger, and
Yes.
parking becomes an issue.
Yes.
Shuttles be for remote parking?
Yes, so we will have a shuttle going to and from Rio Norte Junior High School, starting at 11 a.m. and then going throughout the event till 3:30 p.m. They are ADA accessible, and they will be running frequently. I believe we have 2 buses running the loop. So when you get to the park, it is either a right, or if you're coming in from the other way, it's also a right. But it's not hard to miss, or not hard to find, I guess. And it's super easy to find parking there.
So talking to you about this event and all the different organizations that are part of it and everything that you guys have put together to make it so special for these families, what does it mean to you, and why are you so passionate about it?
Oh, I think this event has been really fulfilling for me. Being able to create a space where people feel welcome to come no matter their ability has just been really, really wonderful. And it has brought so many people together. When I first started doing kind of these social media highlights on the different groups, seeing how many people were involved in different groups was so eye-opening. They have formed such a community, and the fact that I get to impart some way on that and make it a little bit bigger for them is just really, really heartwarming. So that's kind of my why with this event is making an impact on the community and also giving people the opportunity to perform. Specifically, there's a couple of groups like Major Impact Theater. They have typically 1 performance a year. And so I get to allow them, and the city gets to allow them to perform another time and have their family come out and support them. And they stay the entire event. They just love performing, and you can see it in their performance and how much they come together and support one another. So giving people the opportunity to perform again when they might not have had that opportunity before.
If someone's interested that's watching, wants more information, where do they go?
So they can go on to our website, santaclarita.gov/FestAbility, or any of our social media pages at City of Santa Clarita or at City of Santa Clarita Events on Instagram and Facebook. We have lots of information there. Feel free to reach out to us.
Love it. Callie, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. All right, stay with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to SCVTV's Community Corner. For nearly 30 years, Eclipse Theatre LA has been bringing powerful, high-quality productions to the stage, everything from original works to reimagined classics.
And now their latest show, The Show Must Go On, is taking on a whole new meaning by giving back to a truly special cause.
So here to tell us all about it is Nancy Lantis, Executive Director of Eclipse Theatre and a good friend of the show. That's good to say. Nancy, great to see you.
Thank you. Thank you for that compliment. That's wonderful.
Well, of course.
Glad to be a friend.
Yes, you are. You're definitely. So before we dive into the show itself, let's talk about Eclipse Theatre and a little bit about its background and how it became to be.
Oh, certainly, yeah. My husband and I, Phil, started it in 1996, doing little shows in a tiny little 25-seat theater in Hollywood and did that for a couple of years, and then, you know, family and life and things like that. And then coming up here, moving up to Santa Clarita, we're able to put on at least one show a year out of the Main, which is a wonderful facility allowing many independent theater companies to do what they do. And we love to write our own stuff. We like to, as you say, reimagine classics like Greek plays, and also do previously produced plays as well.
So let's talk about this original work that was written by you.
Yes.
Tell us all about The Show Must Go On.
Certainly. Well, as you see, I am sort of dressed a la 1950s.
No, this is just another Wednesday for you. Come on now.
I'd like to think so, but no. In fact, the gloves, I mean, you know, they get, okay, those are coming off. The gloves are coming off now. Uh-oh. The gloves are coming off. All right, that's all I'm doing. Yes, it's The Show Must Go On, and it's about a theater diva who was popular, so popular that she had her own theater, but now people are staying home to watch television, so not as many people are going to the theater, and she's really terrible with her money because she likes to buy things like hats and purses and gloves, and she needs to figure out a way to pay her back rent and keep her theater, and will she be able to do it? And who does she have to go into business with to make that happen? You have to come and see.
And you didn't just write this. You're directing it. You're performing in it.
Yes.
What's it like to juggle all of that?
Well, it's a little crazy, but honestly, I can do it because I've got a great cast. It's just 7 people, and the other 6 actors, Peter Schiavelli, Tyler Joy, Jenny Sadler-Wilson, Chris Lopre, Chris Flowers, and Aidan Frame are spectacular. And so I really rely upon them a lot to be able to direct it. And help me, and they're just so smart, you know, and you're working with good people. You know, you can either be really good yourself or just be smart enough to hire good people.
There you go.
Yeah.
Can I ask, what was the inspiration for you to
well, kind of silly. You write what you know, so I want to write something about theater, and I literally was just imagining standing with the back to the audience, the curtain open, lights on me, thunderous applause, bow, 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 the curtain closes, and now I'm backstage.
Okay.
And I turned to face the audience. And I was like, well, that's interesting. Where can we go with that? And so that literally was the start of like this whole thing, which is a 2-hour play now with ups and downs and love triangles and misunderstandings and things like that.
Oh, and another aspect which makes all of this even more special is that a portion of the proceeds go to the Include Everyone project.
Mm-hmm.
Why was it so important to you to support this cause?
Well, the Include Everyone project does camps and things for many mentally handicapped kids up to the age of 18. Theater and art, and mostly the theater part, and that just was very important to me, that the kids get to express themselves however they can. And my show is, I'm calling it a love letter to theater. With rom-com leanings. so it just seemed like a perfect fit, and the people who do that work are angels.
You've got such a passion for the theater. Where does this come from for you personally and even Phil?
Right. I think, well, it's the gifts that I've been given, so I get to use them. It's telling stories, it's sharing emotions, it's joining with people in a darkened theater, and you get to communicate with them and share with them and connect with them. So kind of like when I say in the piece, the show is not only am I giving to the audience, but they're giving right back. And so it's a connection. And I think that that's super important for everyone and in the world, across countries and across languages and religions and everything. Yeah.
So tell us the details of the show. When is it happening? Where is it happening? How can people get tickets?
Oh, you bet. Really easy. It's at the Main, which is in downtown Newhall, and it plays May 9th, 10th, and 11th, and 16th, 17th, and 18th. One of those days is Mother's Day, so maybe we'll have a special treat for your mom. And you can get tickets at Eventbrite, which is just The Show Must Go On 2025.eventbrite.com.
Perfect. Yeah. Nancy Lantis, the artistic director for Eclipse Theatre LA. It's always great to have you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you for dressing classy.
For you, classy. Dave, and Carrie, anytime.
Love it. Love it. Yeah. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Compared to the thousands of students that live in this valley, all of our own emotions and problems can seem insignificant. What are we if another stressed out, overworked student in a sea of misunderstood adolescents? True that most of the time they aren't really extreme worries like paying the bills or feeding a family, it's still something that's too much of a person of our age to handle. You have every reason to feel valid in your struggles, and there's no shame in struggling. It doesn't matter if it's having a difficult time with a friend or a hard time in your family, deciding on which college to go to, if any at all. You are always valid. The worst thing you can do for yourself is decide that you are not worthy of growth. Because at the end of those long, exhausting days, it is you that decides to take care of yourself. And taking care of yourself looks different for everybody. Coming home and taking a mental health day can be great, but for some people, our issues are a bit bigger than that. There are so many resources available for you to use at your school, such as your Serenity Space, your campus social worker. These are great, simple solutions, as sometimes other professional help can be hard to ask for, let alone be very expensive. You can also always ask for help using your school's student care line. While all of these things can help, it is the mindset of change that truly helps us get towards the place we all strive to be at. Jim Rohn once said that your life does not get better by chance, it gets better by change. And change doesn't have to be all on your own. It is a path we all work on together. Allow yourself patience and the mindset of the journey and not the destination.
Welcome back to SCVTV's Community Corner. Calling all ladies, it's time to grab your gal pals, dust off those cowgirl hats, and get ready for a girls' night out that's anything but ordinary. You'll be hooting and hollering and giving back to a truly meaningful cause.
You got to do more hooting and hollering than that.
Hooting!
And?
Hollering!
There you go, that's it. Carousel Ranch is an incredible nonprofit that provides equine therapy for children with disabilities. And their upcoming event, Cowgirls and Crystals, is all about fun with a purpose.
And here to tell us more about this fabulous fundraiser are Missy Carter, president of Carousel Ranch, and Taylor Adachi, executive director. Ladies, thank you so much for being here with us. And can we show off the crystals a little bit? Can you see that sparkle? Yes. And before we get into all of the fun details about the event, Taylor, tell us a little bit more about Carousel Ranch and what your organization does.
Of course. Well, thanks for having us today. You know, Carousel Ranch is a local nonprofit. We provide equestrian therapy for children with special needs, and we have a vocational training program for adults with special needs. So this event and all of our events and anytime we do fundraising goes directly back to our programs, to our students. So we really hope the ladies show up and are ready to party, but mainly it's for the kids. You know, that's what we're all about is, you know, providing these services for our students.
So, Missy, you've got the boots all set and ready to go.
It's all freckles down to lions.
That is awesome. I'm disappointed you guys didn't have the hats, though.
I know. We probably thought we'd hit each other.
Yeah. But, Missy, give us a preview of the event. What can people expect?
So this is our second annual second annual event for Cowgirls and Crystals. It's at the Oaks Club right here in Valencia. Ticket prices are $125. We have buffet, and we'll have tons of vendors, and all the vendors are giving back a percentage to Carousel Ranch. So we have Kara Tucker, she's local here. She'll be there with her clothes. We have 7 Stones who will be doing piercings. So it's kind of different and new. That'll be exciting to have. And we have Chase Collective. So they'll be doing the cowboy hats. Yes.
Mm-hmm. I got this one last year. I don't know if you can see it. Probably not because I moved. But I got this permanent bracelet last year at Cowgirls and Crystals. So yes, zoom in there so you can see the sparkle. There we go.
Yes.
There we go. Ooh.
She'll be doing all the permanent jewelry. And again, all this goes back to the ranch. Oh, and Hazel's bags. So that's nice. So be some local vendors as well. And it'll just be a good time. We have line dancing. What else? I'm trying to think.
I have to ask more about the piercing. Are you guys going to get one? And what?
I don't have any piercings.
You don't have any?
None. No.
This is your chance.
I know.
For the kids.
Yeah.
Do it for the kids.
Okay, now I'm going to have to, yes. Mm-hmm. So I don't have any piercings, I know, yes. But a lot of people are asking if they can
They're
get
excited.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
That's it.
So one of the things people always look forward to at fundraisers are raffle items, things like that. What have you got available for the raffle items?
We're really excited. We have an amazing committee of other women, and we've all been working really hard to collect different items. We have tickets to Pacific Park. I have an at-home wine tasting.
We have a family photo session from Courtney Edwards that was donated. Just some baskets, lots of stuff we're putting together right now that we'll be able to.
But they're perfect for the ladies, you know, Father's Day's coming up right afterwards. We might have a few items for the fathers or for the woman to kind of treat yourself.
Nice.
So tell us more specifically what exactly the proceeds raised at this event are going to go to.
Of course. Well, I think everyone's feeling it. Prices have increased significantly, and so fundraising has become a little bit harder. So for us, it's, helping us with general operating funds. The past 2 years, we've seen grantors, either close their foundations or no longer funding specifically equestrian therapy. So we have to get creative, and so we're so thankful we have a board of women who like to party, but also care about the ranch and want to invite friends and to come out and celebrate the kids as well. So it's a little bit differently. Heart of the West is at the ranch. So instead of driving, 40 minutes north, we get to stay here in town and to raise much needed funds for our students.
So I know you guys have an awesome committee who helped put this event together. Tell us about them.
We are so thankful that we have so many women on our board that, really took the reins. And
I see what you did there.
Yep, and decided to plan this event for us. So we have Missy Carter, Stephanie Stelnick, our vice president, Pam Ingram, Shannon Me, Darlene Trevino. We're so grateful for this group of women. They're working so hard. It's going to be a great night of fun. And we're just thankful that we have these women on our board.
I'd like to know why Carousel Ranch is so important to both of you. Start with you, Missy. Why is it so important?
I went to the ranch in 2017. I went to Heart of the West. I had never been to Carousel Ranch before, never even heard of it, and I was invited out to witness the big, huge, event. And I can't even describe it. I always start crying when I talk about Carousel Ranch, but it's magic. There's something magical there. You can feel it. You see the children come in with the lessons, and you see so many kids who come in with disabilities that Carousel Ranch has changed them. There's so many kids out there that have a story that have been changed by the ranch. Here I go trying to cry because I try not to. So it's a magical place, and it does so much for kids. And we have our Ready to Work program as well. So once you've graduated, you can go into that. But it's just pretty special, magic.
Taylor, what about for you?
I started at Carousel Ranch 13 years ago, and I started as a volunteer and then an intern. And every time someone asks me, it goes back to the students. I fell in love with Carousel Ranch the first time I volunteered in an equestrian therapy program. Was a student named Bella. She, we played basketball on the back of a horse, but who can say they can do that? And she beat me. But she was just amazing, and it was that moment that I was like, I want to stay here, and I love it so much, and I believe in so much of what we're doing. When I get to see students smile on the back of a horse and make significant progress, or I see a student going out in the community and getting a job, it's those moments that make it worth it, and for us to continue to raise the money for it.
So if people are watching right now and maybe they want to donate to Carousel Ranch, maybe they want to just come hoot and holler with the ladies, where can they go to get more information?
They can visit our website at www.carouselranch.org. We, under our special events, it's Cowgirls and Crystals. Call us at 661-268-8010. We'd love for you to join us and spend an evening with us and the ladies.
This one couldn't stop talking about it last year. She was so excited about it from last year. So Taylor Adanchi, Missy Carter from Carousel Ranch, thank you so much for being with us. Thank you for the work that you do for these kids. Really appreciate it.
And I can't wait.
Stay with us. We'll be right back. And we'll be hooting and hollering. Woo! Wish Education Foundation is a local nonprofit organization that serves nearly 22,000 students of the William S. Hart Union High School District. Headed by Executive Director Amy Daniels and a board of dedicated community members, WISH supports countless programs such as student wellness, arts and music, STEM, special education, and more. The foundation also hosts several popular community events, including Wine on the Roof, Cocktails on the Roof, and Cars Under the Stars. Other local events include the College Webinar Series and the SCV Music Festival. WISH funds programs that state funding alone cannot fully support, and all WISH fundraising stays in the Hart District, benefiting our students since 2012. The WISH Education Foundation is such an important part of Santa Clarita. If you are interested in learning more about their events, volunteering, or donating, please visit www.wisheducationfoundation.org.
Welcome back to SCVTV's Community Corner. Do your kids love books? Then you're going to love this. It's the return of Dia de los Niños, Dia de los Libros, a fun family event that celebrates kids, culture, and the joy of reading.
And that's not all. Families will also get a first look at Library Express, a brand new library on wheels bringing books and more right to your neighborhood. Hop on board in this week's episode of This Week in Santa Clarita. Check it out.
Hey Santa Clarita, spring is in full swing and we're excited to celebrate with one of our family-friendly events, Dia de los Niños. Dia de los Niños is taking place this year on Saturday, April 26th from 10 a.m. to noon. It's a free event and all ages are welcome. This free event is all about honoring children, encouraging literacy, and having fun as a community. Families can enjoy games, crafts, activities, and even check out the brand new Library Express. The Library Express will be making its grand debut that morning, joining us at the Dia de los Niños Festival around 11 a.m. We hope you'll join us on Saturday, April 26th from 10 a.m. to noon for a day filled with games and celebration for our Dia de los Niños event over at the King & Country Joe and Darcy Library.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Make sure to tune in next week and every week for another episode of SCVTV's Community Corner.
Check out all of our past episodes and segments at scvcommunitycorner.com or our Facebook at SCV Community Corner.
Thanks so much for watching.
We'll see you next time. At SCVTV, we believe in the power of television to inspire, educate, and unite our community. But we can't do it alone. Donate today, and together we can continue to create meaningful content and provide next-generation workforce opportunities.